Hello, my name is Baruch Fishman, and this is my story about a remarkable and at the same time very frightening 2012 prediction. In 2005, the little-known spiritual leader Friend G met for a number of months with people who flocked to talk with him. Many found that their whole life was turned around by visits with this remarkable individual. Friend G gave advice that was not pretentious or otherworldly. He made suggestions to help people who came to him return to their families, loved ones, and careers. One man who visited Friend G was a lifelong seeker after truth named Great Son. Great Son described his visits with Friend G in the Viking book Super Life Secret Codes. According to Great Son, Friend G's simple but deep wisdom gave him the guidance that he had been seeking his entire life. Friend G provided exercises which helped Great Son and the others connect to the moon and hear the wisdom outpouring from the celestial spheres. Great Son talked about how he would spend all night in the captivating company of this man, and yet he was able to go back to work in the morning totally refreshed. One evening, Friend G asked those in attendance to make a world map. He proceeded to point out countries that would be hit by natural disasters in the future. He named the country, the type of natural disaster, and the date. At the time, when hearing these prophecies, Great Son was secretly skeptical. How could one individual know that the future would turn out like this? But it did. As Great Son wrote in his book, what he mentioned was so specific and clear that it was hard to believe. I feel ashamed now because at the time I was wondering if these natural disasters would really occur as Friend G had foretold. However, the series of events in the next 5 years between 2005 and 2010 proved the accuracy of his predictions. Subsequently, Friend G talked about 2012. The year marking the end of the Mayan long count calendar cycle. Many prophets and seers have made dire predictions about the events that will occur that year, and whatever Friend G said to Great Son about 2012 was so shocking that it caused Great Son to write the following in his book. When Friend G mentioned what would happen in 2012, I thought it was too early to start worrying, but now I realize that people should start reevaluating their lives immediately. Friend G encouraged Great Son to make a movie about 2012, but Great Son was frightened. Write a book about it, Friend G told him. Years later, Great Son, now a spiritual leader in his own right in California, released the book Super Life Secret Codes to the public. The book is a guide to help people survive the 2012 spiritual transformation and to live successfully in the era to come. Although Great Son describes his talks with Friend G in the book, he decided not to reveal the predictions about 2012. When I asked him why, he replied that it would frighten people too much. The book began to appear in bookstores, but Great Son still refused to reveal the content of Friend G's remarks about 2012. Finally, one night, after months spent in promoting the book, I had a conversation with Great Son in a dream. Great Son, I asked, what did Friend G tell you? Great Son looked at me straight in the eyes and he said, he told me the sun will fall out of the sky. Shall I answer the riddle myself? I replied. There will be a nuclear war. You know how I know this? Because the reactions in nuclear weapons are the same as those in the sun, which makes them like miniature suns. So when they are dropped to the earth, it will be a bit as if the sun itself is falling out of the sky. The next day I called Great Son on the phone. I told him my dream, and afterwards he told me what Friend G had said about 2012. He told me that 9/10 of the people in the world will die, Great Son responded. If you ask me if I believe that this massive destruction will take place on December 21st, 2012, I will tell you that it could occur on that day, but I'm personally inclined to believe that the prophecy will stretch out over a longer period of time. Do I believe the prophecy will never occur? Not really. More and more countries continue to stockpile nuclear weapons. The very discussions that take place in the United Nations and at peace summits are pressured by the number of nuclear weapons that each side owns. Plan for an event long enough and it will occur. And if a nuclear war doesn't complete the devastation of 9/10 of the planet, who's to say that some unpredictable side effect of global warming won't? Scientists only recently explained the causes of the increasingly cold winters we're having after they started occurring. Before then, scientists predicted we would have more and more warm winters. Do they really know exactly how global warming will manifest? Do I worry about this? No. I have an interesting life. I have positive goals for the future, and I have faith in the creator of the universe. But if you don't, you might benefit by reading Greatson's book. The book is non-sectarian and provides guidance for reconnecting to the universe. Remember, if you love the universe and connect to it, you won't trouble about what life brings in the future. Good luck in your life and in your search. I'm Brooke Fishman. Have a great day.